let's get right into it because right now we're playing the hype at our radio station 3FM. Yeah, and I was really wondering, when you talk about a hype, what is it that you're actually talking about? What type of hype?
Well, I think the reference in the song is basically just kind of about music and creating and the people around you. Sometimes people can just say that something's really sweet, and it's not. So I think in the creation of Trench, it was trying to just shut off pretty much everything around us and not really let in opinions, even if they're really positive, because sometimes you just don't really know. And so there can be a hype around something that's not really that great, and trying to just keep it as downplayed as possible and kind of between the two of us and a few select people, I think was the way that we really wanted to do it. So.
Because I know you guys always try to keep the team small and to stay focused on the vision that you guys have. Has there been a time where you were afraid that 21 Pilots was going to be turned into a hype?
Yeah, I think if there was any time, it probably would have been between those two albums. We've been a band for a while, and then our album Blurry Face got pretty big, and I think there was a little bit of pressure to, it's like you want to make something better. Yeah. But then it's like, do we just do kind of a continuation of that, or do we try and like dive in and find the things about that album that really worked and try and just do it again, or try and accentuate that? But I think that the way that we've always kind of operated is making music that we really like, and so we wanted to make sure that we just continued to do that, and again, sort of shut out the hype of what people thought that it may be, or trying to find a formula that works universally, and just create songs that we really enjoy.
Yeah, because I know there has been a moment where you guys decided to take a step back, to just reflect and let life happen, so you have new stuff to write about. Was it like a scary decision to make, to take a step back, because everything goes so fast and you feel like you constantly have to be in the eye of people?
Yeah, there are people even that, if musicians or actors or whoever that I kind of just know from afar or just follow or enjoy, if I haven't heard from for like 2 months, I'm just like, they're gone. That's it. And then you because things move so fast, it's easy to forget about something. And then you're like, oh yeah, that band or that artist, I forgot. It's only been a couple months since I've heard their song on the radio or whatever. So it definitely was scary. There's a lot of pressure, even to just post on social media, to tweet something. Some people, it's like, if I don't post 3 times a day, then people are gonna forget about me, or get a couple times a week in. Yeah. So it was definitely very intentional, and it was scary.
Yeah.
There were kind of like a few times where Tyler and I both were like, is this what we should do? Should we say something? Should we do something? But ultimately it was kind of really something that we discussed in 2013. It was something that we've always kind of wanted to do, to experiment. And so kind of halfway through that sort of break, we were like, let's stick with it. And this was something that we made a decision to do, and we'll ride it through, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and it worked out for the better because you had amazing stuff to work with when it came to the album.
Yeah, I think it definitely, social media is great, and I love it, but just like a lot of us, it can be very time consuming and distracting. And so to kind of push that away for a while, it was really good. Yeah. It was really, I encourage a lot of people to do it, even if it's just for a day or for a couple days or a week.
I was about to say, you guys have such a loyal fan base. So if there's a band that is able to do that, it has to be 21 Pilots, right? With the fan base, with the very intense fan base that you guys have.
That was another concern. I know that we have the best fans, but you do wonder, like, hey, if we do go away for too long, are they going to go away too? That was something that, we did keep an eye on engaged throughout the process, but they didn't. And it was cooler than ever to kind of like come back and be in this band and be a part of this experience with all those people who did stick around and who were very much involved throughout the whole process, and I'm very thankful.
And then right now we're at a festival. Everybody's very looking forward to the show. The Hype, we talked about it. That is like a very perfect song for a live show. Is that something that you guys keep in the back of your minds when you're creating new music, how it will resonate when you're live?
Yeah, I think that's such a huge factor that goes in. Even one of the first times that I met Tyler, I went over to his house and he was like, "Oh, I want to show you this idea that I'm working on, and this part of the song, like, we can do this," and like totally thinking live. And I don't think that's changed since then, just because I think that's it's like our favorite place to be is playing live shows, and really trying to make it better from show to show. And after every show that we have conversations with kind of our core crew and how can this improve, and that wasn't right and this was great.
And then you have your fan base who tells you what you should perform and what you shouldn't.
They do. And that can get confusing sometimes too, because if we did listen to everything that everybody said, then we'd be on stage for 4 hours probably. Which is fine. Give us a 4-hour slot, I guess. We'll do it.
And then the last question before I let you go. A couple years ago, you already performed at this particular festival. What would you say to, in this case, the Josh of 4 years ago when it comes to playing live? What would you say to him right now?
I think I've learned how to breathe better during the set. I think a lot of times when we get nervous, we tend to kind of hold our breath subconsciously. And I still do that a lot. And I still get, festivals in particular, I get nervous before. And so when I'm playing a set at a festival, I find myself more tired and a little more out of breath, and I think that it's because I've been holding my breath the whole time because I'm so nervous. So now I think we've done more festivals and I've learned more, and I almost have to tell myself to breathe. Yeah. So I would just say breathe more.
Thank you so much for your time. Good luck tonight. Thank you.